Here we go, our first official HCF short, or 3Z, snapshot. Thanks everybody for the feedback on the previous video. First things first, rookie mistake, I did not introduce myself. So, for those who don't know me, my name is Scott Bachrath. I am the hockey director for HCF. Second point of constructive criticism. I'm really going to strive to keep my eyes open and looking at the camera. Those who know me know how much of a challenge that can be. I'm going to chalk it up to personal growth. Today we're going to look at the naming conventions in Alaska. As tryouts approach, it's important that parents and players know exactly what they're trying out for or what they're signing up for. As a side note, registration is open for all of our tryout teams and they do start next week. Let's start at the top. Alaska State Hockey Association, ASHA, the governing body for hockey in our great state. All youth hockey in Alaska falls into one of two categories, recreational or competitive. To familiarize yourself a bit, some of the names you might hear on the rec side are house tier 4, tier 3, whereas on the comp side, travel tier 2, major minor, AA. The important point is both have a statewide council to oversee the operations and host state tournaments for those levels. These state tournaments vary on their location on a year-to-year basis. The main difference between the two sides is the competitive side has a greater expectation of their players. What I mean by that is there are mandatory league games, more travel, typically higher costs, and the commitment, such as attendance and off-ice training, of the players is higher as well. Now we're going to get more into the details. Let's start by erasing the line delineating the rec and comp sides, as we're all part of the same hockey family. Beginning with the youngest athletes, all 6 and 8U are considered recreational athletes. Next on the rec side, we have Tier 4, or B. This is the foundation of all hockey in the state, consisting of the most athletes in the state. Next is A, or Tier 3. These are typically tryout-based teams and fall under the recreational side. Next, we move to the competitive classifications, starting at 10 and 12U, where we have major and minor divisions. These are both tryout-based teams, and the major division will consist of the most highly skilled players in those age groups. Once we hit the 14U age group, the naming convention evolves into Tier 1 and Tier 2 hockey. The reason for the distinction is that those ages and skill levels, USA Hockey hosts national tournaments. The important thing to note is for girls, instead of an 18U age classification, it is 19U. To sum it up bluntly, the Tier 2 or competitive teams generally have the most experienced and skilled players. Tier 4 has a wider swath of players, including some that may just be beginning and others that have played for a long time. Tier 3 are players that might not be at the Tier 2 level, but are looking for a little bit more than what the Tier 4 program offers. Allow me my brief soapbox moment here, please, in emphasizing that the priority should always be for a kid to play where they're having fun. The level that they're playing at is not the be-all end-all of what type of player they're going to be. If a kid comes to the rink with passion, a love of the game, willing to work hard, they're going to develop no matter what team they're playing on. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the rink.